As Gary mentioned, UCLA finished this regular season 8-4 against a very, very competitive schedule. And to tell you all about his team and his players, the head coach of the UCLA Bruins, Jim Mora.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I want to say, Gary, congratulations on building something very, very special here, and it's an honor for us to participate, and good luck with what's next. I'm sure that they'll all miss you here. And Jonathan, thank you to you and your family for the incredible work that you do in sponsoring this bowl and the incredible work you do in the community. We appreciate that. It's a real pleasure and an honor for UCLA to be here participating in this game, especially against such a storied program as Nebraska and a great coach in Mike Riley here. One of the all-time great football programs in college football history, and so for us, another opportunity to test ourselves against the best. We have, in our 4 years here at UCLA, this will be our third meeting with Nebraska, and one of the most memorable moments, I think, in my coaching career was a game at Nebraska, and it wasn't because of the result of the game. It was because of the compassion that the people and the team and the family in Nebraska showed our team. It was shortly after we'd lost one of our young men in a tragic accident. He'd lost his life. We had to travel to Lincoln, and we were a very fragile team. And the people of Lincoln opened their arms to us. The players on the Nebraska team wore a number 36 helmet in honor of Nick Pasquale on their helmet. Their student section let off blue and gold balloons. There were signs everywhere honoring Nick, and it's something that I'll never forget. And so to be able to play this team again and compete against young men and programs with so much class is really an honor for us. We're excited about the opportunity to go out and try to win number 9 for guys like Jake Brindle, our center here, who will be starting his 52nd game at UCLA, which is a record. It would give us a chance to win 38 games in 4 years, which would be a UCLA record. But more than anything, it's just an opportunity to play another game together as a team and test ourselves against one of the great teams in college football. So we're excited to be here. We're looking forward to Saturday night. I'll echo Jonathan's comments. Please come out and buy tickets. It's not only going to be a great event, a great game. I'm sure it'll come down to the last series or two. You're going to see two tremendous quarterbacks. You can see this guy running all over the field, and our guy throws it pretty good, so it should be really fun to watch. But in the same breath, you're able to support people here in the Bay Area and provide meals for them. So thank you very, very much, and thanks, Gary.
Have you guys practiced yet?
We practiced twice. We practiced Monday and then we practiced today.
So you're doing like the full
Yeah, normal game week. That's the benefit of having a Saturday game, is we can go right into our normal routine.
How's Noel feeling at this point?
Noel is feeling better. He's been at practice, a little bit limited, but I think he's getting stronger every day, and I think it's still, we'll play it by ear and determine as we get closer to the game with our doctors whether he's going to be on the field or in the press box or what his role will be. But we're prepared to go either way.
Is he pretty gung-ho about it?
Well, he's not feeling great, but he's, Noel, he loves to coach ball and he loves to that game environment. So I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't say I know. I believe he'll be at the game. I'm not quite certain what his role will be yet. The most important thing here is, that's a serious medical condition that he has, is that we make sure that he's safe. So.
Have you guys kind of developed a contingency plan?
Yeah. I mean, we've been working on that since, he was at one practice and then he had to go. So we've been working on how we'll handle things if he's on the sideline or if he's in the press box or if he's back at the hotel watching. So we're fine. We're good. I think that's one of the benefits of having a staff that's been together and has some continuity. It allows you to be able to adjust quickly when things like this happen.
How would that potentially affect Josh, just having the whole season, him being with Noel and the relationships that
I don't think it'll affect him at all. I think that Taylor's down there, Kennedy's down there, Adrian's down there, Eric's down there, I'm down there. So we all talk to each other. I mean, during a game, it's such a collaborative effort, and I don't think it'll affect Josh at all. Not a lot affects Josh, as you guys know.
Have you seen Josh kind of start to internalize the lessons from the season already for like the 3 weeks of training?
Well, I think I saw it week to week during the season. I think he had a really tremendous ability to process information and move forward applying it from week to week. Now, that doesn't mean that every week that he played to his full potential. As we all know, when you're young, there's going to be some setbacks. But I did see him learn lessons and apply them. And I think what we'll see in the offseason and going into spring is we'll see a guy that has much more command of the offense and of himself and much more of a leadership role on this team. That's a tough question for me to answer because if I say no, I would say, well, I thought he'd be this good. I didn't know that he would be able to operate with a level of poise that he has. When things have gone well or he's struggled, he's maintained a real consistency of personality. And I think that would be what surprised me. Being around a lot of young guys, both at the NFL level and this level, you see some inconsistencies. And then when you're playing the position where you touch the ball every snap, you probably see more inconsistencies. But Josh has been, I think, incredibly consistent for a true freshman. I'm glad you asked that because I think he's matured tremendously. I met him in 2012, early in 2012, and he had a reputation of being somewhat aloof or arrogant or kind of a know-it-all, and I have not seen that person in a couple years. What I've seen is a very mature, selfless kid that wants to be involved with his team and his teammates. I think he has a lot of confidence, but he's measured that with a level of humbleness that people respect. He's always anxious to learn and absorb information. He never acts like he knows it all. Even when he has an idea, the way he presents it is very respectful to everybody. He's a special kid. I think it all goes back to his family. I mean, if you know his mom and his dad and his sisters and his grandmother, who I've gotten to know as well, you see why he's so grounded.
How do you balance using the time in bowl practices to maybe give some of the younger guys more time to develop versus preparing, your starters and your too deep for the game?
We prepare 100% of the time to the game. There's your balance. The scale is tipped. No, we've got off-season and spring to worry about developing young guys. This is about trying to play as well as we can on Saturday and go out with a win. And, like I said, up there, for a guy like Jake or Jordan Payton or, any of those other seniors, to be able to say they won more games in their 4 years than any other UCLA player had, I think it's a big thing for them. And I think it also sets the foundation for what we're trying to accomplish. So. It's the first time, I can't tell you. I can tell you that I've been a little bit more conscious of it through practices and meetings, just a little more aware of them, knowing that, they are, most of them, not Jake, but most of those other guys, they were my first recruiting class. So, yeah, there's some sentiment there. I don't know how I'll feel on Saturday at the end of the game. I imagine, knowing myself, I'm pretty emotional about these kids. I've grown pretty close to most of them, so we'll see. Hopefully it's in a real positive light, though.